Hey friends, it is Friday and we are going to start this vlog a little bit early. Why? Because we're going to do something fun. I've got a carload of children. I'm not driving, don't worry. Doug is off today, and today I have Jack and his sisters. I've had all of Jack's sisters from the time they were babies, but they're all in school now. But they have the day off of school. So they are with me for the day. So we thought we would have some fall fun, and we are going to the pumpkin patch. We are going to go on a hayride. The hayride goes out to the pumpkin field. They get to pick a pumpkin. Then we're going to come back. We're going to do a corn maze. And then we are going to have, it also comes with a special treat of an apple cider donut and some apple cider. So we are very excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is a gorgeous day. Actually, it's so gorgeous, I need to take my hoodie off because I'm sweating.
I knew you would be.
I know, me too, but I just, just in case. So this hoodie is coming off. So yeah, I will try to bring you along as much as I can without filming the kids too much. I like to get them from the back. So apparently somebody's tired. We are skipping naps today, so this ought to be interesting. The first hayride on Fridays does not start until 1 o'clock. So we had to adjust a little bit. We had to have an early lunch, and yeah, so I don't know if this is going to be good. They're old enough, I think they can skip a nap and not be a crankpot. Would not really surprise me if maybe on the way home they fell asleep, but their mama is actually going to be picking them up at the pumpkin patch because it is on her way home. So works out fantastic. So I will see what I can do to bring you along. This is a good way to tire them out a little bit. Although Jack was doing well, but then decided to go over there. We're sitting in the wagon, and these guys are sitting on the hay bales.
Sitting on the floor.
We're sitting on the floor. Demi, be careful.
There's another ghost in another pumpkin.
Oh, look at the ghost in the bushes.
I see pirates, guys. I see a sea serpent. Oh, and I see a ghost coming up. It's like Halloween land. Not quite pumpkin picking because they're pretty much just laying in the field, but that's okay. Still a lot of fun.
This one.
Oh my!
Which way to go?
The theme of the maze is upcycling. So here are bottle caps turned into a butterfly. More upcycling art. More upcycled art. These are hoses and lids and screws and wires and hangers. Woohoo! We made it out!
Right after we did the circle.
Right after we did another circle, we made it out. Well, that was a fun day. We had a blast. We were there for a long time. The kids had a great time. We had a great time. So now home and doing some chores. Okay, sorry about that little interruption. Andrew called just to let me know how his week went. I was so curious because it was his first parent-teacher conferences ever. So he had parent-teacher conferences last night and then all day today. And he said they went really well. The parents were very supportive, so that's good. He said, you know, a couple parents didn't make an appointment, didn't come, and they're the ones that needed to, because he's got some kids that aren't doing so well. But for the most part, he said it went really well. He's looking forward to the weekend. He has a Halloween party to go to in his program. Him and his friend are going as a black and white cookie. Easy costumes, you know. He's wearing all black. His friend's wearing all white. They're a black and white cookie. And Anne and her friends are going as the Powerpuff Girls. So that'll be cute. So we are getting some stuff done since we were out all day today. My vacuum cleaner wasn't working. It wasn't sucking. So Doug just took it apart, and oh my goodness, there was just stuck in the hose. So I'm guessing it's going to work great now. So after he's done putting that back together, I'm going to start. Well, no, I guess I'm not going to vacuum. I'm going to dust and all that first, then I'll vacuum. We talked about going out and getting our fall decorations. We need a hay bale and a corn stalk. We have a scarecrow already that we use every year. So I don't know, are we doing that or not, babe?
Sure.
And I have to go to the bank. So normally I get paid by Venmo, but not this week, so I have to go to the bank. So that's cool. Yeah, and that's it. So I have dinner already made. We are having ham loaf and sweet potatoes and some sort of vegetable. I'm not quite sure yet. I was gonna do like Brussels sprouts with bacon, but I think I'm just gonna make broccoli. It's easier. It's Friday. And what else? Oh, chicken update. So you know we combined the babies with all the other girls last weekend. It was great for like 2 days. Then all of a sudden, not great. The babies wouldn't come out of the coop at all. The big girls would chase them if they came out of the coop, so they weren't eating, they weren't drinking. It was a hot mess all week trying to work things out. Finally, I'm like, maybe they're not ready. So we put the wall back up between the two coops. We put the gates back up, the fences back up, and we have them separated again. We're going to try something a little different this time. We're going to, you know, they can see each other and all that. We thought they were ready. Maybe they weren't. But we're going to ease it in a little bit more, I think. So that's their update. But right now, I am going to go get my house cleaned. It's really not bad at all. I don't have too much to do. I just need to dust a little bit. And looking in there, I can see, of course, the appliances have to be wiped down. That's done several times a week. And I see some schmutz on the cabinet door. So I'm going to get the house done. And Phillies come on at 7:37 tonight. So my butt is going to be on this couch watching the Phillies. I've got 3.5 hours. So I'll be back. Okay, we were just going to go get the stuff tonight and put it out tomorrow, but Doug figured he just wants to get it done. So he is working on the scarecrow and the corn stalk. I did the pumpkins, the mums. I have to get something to put that mum in, something cuter than a black plastic pot. And then this little mum holder. Home Depot used to have these things called do-it-herself workshops where you would go, it was free, and you built something, and this was one of them. It's really, really cute. I usually like smaller mums in here, but they were out of smaller mums because, you know, we were kind of late to the party this year, but it's really cute. It's, can't really see it. They're like fence pieces, a paint stirrer, and we made the little box and we just attached everything together, and it's really cute. Okay, we're getting there. Scarecrow is in the hay bale, cornstalk is up. We're dressing him and then we'll stuff him with newspaper and he'll be good to go. We have some signs to put in the ground, and that's about it. Doesn't really take too long to do this. Now, Christmas time,
That's an all-day affair.
that is an all-day, sometimes a 2-day affair. As a matter of fact, I need to start planning that out now. I have to look at the calendar and figure out what we're doing when. Okay. There he is, all done. We are ready for fall. A couple weeks behind schedule, but it doesn't matter. Now this will stay up through Thanksgiving. That's why I kind of don't decorate for Halloween, but I decorate more for fall because it won't come down till the weekend after Thanksgiving. Of course, the pumpkins may start to rot by then. I'm not sure. We'll see. But the minute they start to go bad, I'll pull them and give them to the chickens so they don't get wasted. And there's the wreath I made for the door. I made that like a year or two ago. Okay, we are done outside, so we are sitting down to eat dinner. Tonight's dinner is ham loaf, sweet potato, and broccoli. I do not know the calories on anything. I do know the points are 0 for me, and 7 points for my ham loaf. If you don't know what ham loaf is, it's an Amish thing, I think. That's the only place I've ever really seen it. Although the local pork butcher here in the next town over does sell ham loaf mix. It's a combination of pork, ground pork, and ground ham. And just plain ground pork and ground ham. And I add eggs, dry mustard, salt, and breadcrumbs. Mix it up like a meatloaf. And then you put crushed pineapple, brown sugar, and vinegar mixed together on top and bake it. So that is dinner tonight. Well, friends, we are done dinner. It was delicious. It's such a simple classic. It's such a simple classic. It's just so good and so different. So we really enjoyed that. And now we are going to, it is early. It's only 6:30, but we are exhausted. Neither one of us slept great last night. Doug was up like a zillion times going to the bathroom because he had coffee late. And I'm like a mom with a newborn with him. Like I know the minute he gets up and right away I'm wide awake. Like, used to freak him out because I used to be like, you okay? And he would, get startled because he wasn't expecting me to be awake, but now he just rolls with it. And he worries if I don't wake up and say something to him. But he was up a lot, and I don't know. I was having trouble sleeping last night. Not sure why. But, so we're tired. So we are going to get our pajamas on. I brewed some peppermint bark tea because both of us are a little bit scratchy. So I brewed some peppermint bark tea. So we will have some of that. We will put some different oils on to help us feel better. Cozy up on the couch and watch the pregame, which starts in 2 minutes. And then watch the Phillies game. And hopefully our boys can pull a W out at home. We'll see. Would rather be at the ballpark, but I don't go crazy trying to get tickets. So we will watch it from the comfort of our couch. So friends, I will see you all tomorrow to continue this weekend vlog. Right now we don't have any plans. So I'm thinking lots of kitchen work tomorrow. We'll see. So thank you so much for watching. And, well, why am I saying that? I'm not ending this. See you in the morning, friends. Good morning, my friends, and happy Saturday. We had a little bit of a lazy morning. We got up early and did the birds and then kind of laid back down for a little bit. I updated my website. Doug did his prayers. He did some reading. And now we're just really kind of getting moving. The late night last night because we were up watching the baseball game and then the post game. Yay, Phillies. Nothing's ever easy though, man. My stomach was in knots the whole game. So now we're just kind of getting moving, getting our coffee and tea. I think we are going to just chill this morning and watch the Great British Baking Show. That new episode came out yesterday. I'm going to get breakfast started because both of our bellies are rumbling. I'm not sure. I have the cream apple pie French toast on the menu today. I don't know if I'm feeling that. I'm sort of feeling eggs. But I think I'm going to make the cream apple pie French toast for Doug if he wants that. So if so, I will bring you along while I make it. Other than that, we're just going to chill out this morning and figure out a game plan for today. I know we're going to church tonight. We both have ministries to do. And then Doug has to go again tomorrow because he has to sing. And then he's going out to brunch. One of the ladies in the choir is moving out of state, so they're taking her out to brunch tomorrow. So that'll be good. I need to do some canning this weekend. I'm just trying to figure out when I want to do it. So I'll be back. Well, change of plans. Doug wants eggs too. So tomorrow morning, I will make the French toast for you. I will have that tomorrow morning, since Doug is going out to brunch. So we're just letting everything cook right now, the bacon and the mushrooms, and then we will be having our breakfast. Okay, breakfast time. So this morning we have omelets, which is our usual for Saturday, and this is a loaded omelet. I've got peppers, one slice of Canadian bacon, a little bit of cheese, and mushrooms in there. I've got some bacon, 3 slices, and this is the no-knead bread from the other night when we had the soup. I just toasted up a piece, and I have a 1/4 teaspoon of butter on there. So that is breakfast this morning. Still being lazy, aren't we?
No, we're working.
Well, sort of. I was working, doing some website work, and Doug's doing some checking account work, reconciling his account. But honestly, we're being pretty lazy. It just feels weird not having somewhere to go and something to do. Although I do have somewhere to go because my new phone is coming in today. So I'm going to have to deal with that at some time this weekend, probably tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow while Doug is out at his brunch, I'll go over to the store. I don't know. We'll see. I got my tomatoes out to start the ketchup. I should have gotten them out last night because I thought they would thaw like quickly under the hot water, like when I take the skin off, but they're not because they're so dense. So they're sitting there thawing. May not get to that till tomorrow now, but that's okay. We are going to watch Friday's Great British Baking Show that was released. And I think I'm going to spend a lot of time reading today because look what came in the mail. So Susan, Sparkly Susan, I'm sure you know her. You've seen her in the comments section. We got talking about the movie, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, because I went to see it. We got talking about the book. And they also have Mrs. Harris Goes to New York. This is the double book. So Susan bought it and read it and sent it to me to read. So I am so excited. This is bumped up to the top of my list. I cannot wait to read this. And she also sent me a whole bag of all kind of different tea. So... and a very lovely little note. So I cannot wait to read the book, sip some tea, and thank you so much, Susan. And in her note, she mentions that someday she would love to chat and sip tea with me, and I would too. I want to meet all of you. I do. I've had the huge pleasure of meeting some of you, but gosh, I would love to meet so many more of you. Maybe someday. Still not dressed. Haven't done anything today. Literally. Doug and I watched TV. My brother and sister-in-law came over to drop off. How stinking cute is that? We chatted with them for a while. Then when they left, we took a nap. This chest cold kind of stinks. Negative. I'll do it again just to make sure tomorrow and probably the next day because why not? We were supposed to go to 5 o'clock mass tonight. Doug is still going. I am not going to go because I'm coughing and you know in this day and age you can't cough. without people like. So I'm going to see how I feel tomorrow morning and just go in the morning. So I was getting antsy. So I decided to work on this ketchup, but I'm kind of doing it a little differently. I'm going to cook down the tomatoes a little bit, and then I'm going to run them through my food mill because I really don't feel like sitting here and coring them and de-seeding them. So let me show you. I took the skins, most of them, missed that one. The skins off of the big ones, and I have the skins in a bowl. I'll dehydrate those down and grind them for powder, tomato powder. But with the rest of this, I'm just going to cook these down a little bit. I'm going to mash them with the potato masher, run them through the food mill, and then get them back in the pot and let them cook down a little bit more. Well, friends, it's a day. I cannot for the life of me find the attachment for my KitchenAid. It lives on the exact same spot on the shelves downstairs that it always has. My shelves down there are very, very organized. I know where everything is. I went downstairs. The spot is empty. I've looked everywhere and cannot find them. So I pulled out the old Foley mill. I'm going to use that, but I am truly at a loss. My only fear is that they somehow got put in the donation box, but I'm sure that didn't happen. I'm sure of it. I hope. Okay, that wasn't bad at all. For those of you that don't know what this is a Foley food mill, and you just put your food in there, and you turn this, and the blade smooshes it down, and you really can't see here. Let me see. There you go. It's like a sieve down there, and it just pushes it right through. So not bad at all. And there we have all of our strained tomatoes. So I'm going to put this back on, and I'm going to let this cook for a little bit and reduce a little bit. Then we're going to add our mix and other stuff and see what happens. Hello, I am Joni, Queen of the Idiots. Guess what I found? Yep, you guessed it. I found my attachments. I went down to get jars and my canning pot, and I went to grab the canning pot and thought, boy, this feels heavy. The boxes were in the canning pot. Whoever took it downstairs, whether it be me or Doug, must have put them in the pot to carry everything in one fell swoop, and the pot got put on the canning shelf with those inside. Mystery solved. So I have the tomatoes cooking down. Whoops, they're boiling. So now I turned them down to a simmer. I'm going to let them go until they reduce a bit and then start figuring this out. I am getting a little bit hungry. We never had lunch because we had, breakfast. So I'm going to have a Lara bar, however you say it. I think it's Lara. They are 8 points, but they're only 210 calories and fantastic ingredients. So I'm going to nibble on this while I am working on my ketchup. Ketchup is looking good. It's at a nice simmer. It's reducing down a bit. You can see where it was. So we're almost ready to move on to the next step. Okay, just to be ready when I need it, I mixed in 1 6-ounce can of tomato paste and 1 cup of vinegar, 5% acidity vinegar, into this bowl. This is going to get added in. I know the huge bowl is overkill, but I didn't want to bother making another bowl dirty, so I just did it right in here. And this will get added into the tomatoes as well as the ketchup pack and the sugar. While I'm doing this, I am watching Jason and Michelle over at the Average J move their Chicky Chicks. Okay, I just added the tomato paste and vinegar mixture in, and now we're going to bring this back up to a boil and let it go for 5 minutes, and then we're going to add in our mix and our sugar, and we should be ready to can it. Okay, so we're at a boil. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to slowly add in our mix and our sugar. I think I'm going to use a whisk. Oh, it's definitely getting thicker. which is what we want it to do. This is 1.5 cups of sugar. Okay. That is all mixed in. And now we need to let it simmer for 5 minutes. Reduce heat, simmer for 5 minutes. Ketchup will be ready. So we're gonna let that simmer for 5 minutes, and then our jars are nice and hot. Our water's boiling in the canner, so we're gonna get this into the jars and back into the canner. And it needs to process for 40 minutes at a rolling boil. You have seen me put stuff in jars a million times, so I'm not even going to film that part. Okay, used every little bit of ketchup. Excuse me. And I got 8 half pints and 1/4 pint out of it. And I'm not gonna lie, I tasted it. Not bad. Would I do it again? I don't know. I'm anxious to taste it tomorrow on our burgers and fries. Okay, there is the ketchup, everyone sealed. I'm anxious to try it tomorrow on our burger and fries. Now I'm gonna sit down and have a little bit of dinner. Tonight is just a leftover bowl of the white chicken lasagna soup and a piece of bread. Simple dinner. It'll taste good since I'm not feeling all the best. Okay, my friends, home from church, and actually done church, not home from church, done church. I watched it on TV today because I was still coughing this morning, and you know, in this day and age, when you cough, people right away assume. So Doug and I thought it was best I just stay home and watch it on Facebook, and that's what I did. So church is over, and now I'm going to make brunch. It's not going to be a full cook with me, but close enough you can see what I'm doing. It is the cream apple pie French toast. It is delicious. It is decadent. It's a little higher in point, depending on how you make it. This can be made so low point, or it can be made really high point. It just depends on how many points you want to spend and what kind of products and ingredients that you like to use. Mine's a little higher point because I use my own homemade bread and things like that, but you could definitely bring the points down on this. So I'm going to just show you how I do it really quickly, and because I'm a little bit hungry. So let's get making it. Okay, in my pan, I have 1/2 teaspoon of butter. And here I have 1 apple, peeled, cored, and chopped or sliced or whatever. So I'm just going to add that to the butter, and I'm going to give it a really good stir around to get as much of that apple coated as we can. Whoops. Seriously? There we go. And I'm doing this on a medium high. And to that, and you can do this absolutely to taste, I am going to add some cinnamon. And I'm going to add some 0-calorie brown sugar. These are very tart apples, so I'm going to add 2 teaspoons. And this is going to serve 1 today because Doug is out to brunch with the choir. And I am just going to mix this around. I'm going to reduce the heat a little bit. And I'm just going to let it cook until the apples are nice and soft. And they start to caramelize a little bit. It'll probably take about 5 or 10 minutes. Now, a way to quicken this up a little bit, If you've ever made the crock pot apples, you can absolutely use those. They work perfectly for this recipe too. I have that recipe. I will link it below. It is on my website. It is a variation of, I think it was Hungry Girl who did it. I just changed mine up a little bit, changed her recipe up a little bit to suit my taste. They are something I love to have in my refrigerator all fall because you can use them for so many different things. And if you already have those made in the fridge, then you can completely skip this step. Now, funny thing, I do have them in my fridge made, but I wanted to take you through this step by step and show you the whole thing. So I'm making some fresh apples. So I'm going to just let these cook for a little bit longer until they're a little softer, and depending on the apple variety you use will also be how long it takes. These are Macintosh apples. They're tart, but they're also very soft. So these are only going to take another minute or two. Okay, my apples are done. They are nice and soft. So I'm just going to take them off the heat. And then I'm going to start on my French toast. Traditional French toast, my friends. Nothing fancy here. I am going to heat up my pan with another half a teaspoon of butter. Now, of course, you could use nonstick spray, you could use light butter, you could use coconut oil, whatever it is that you like to use, that's what you do. This recipe is super duper adaptable. So I am just going to let this little knob of butter melt down. Heat up a little bit, and we'll get our French toast in there. Okay, in my bowl here I have 1 egg, a couple of tablespoons of milk, 2 to be exact, and it looks really funky color because I put vanilla in there. And I have my bread, and I'm just going to make sure that my bread is completely wet. And then right in the skillet. Just traditional French toast at this point. Now while that's cooking, I already made this, but it was just 2 tablespoons, 30 grams of light cream cheese, and then I added a teaspoon of the Lakanto powdered sugar, mixed it together, and that is going to be our filling. So that's already done. All our components are working. Now I'm just going to finish off cooking the French toast, and then we just assemble it. Okay, there is our beautiful golden brown French toast. And now I'm just going to take our cream cheese mixture. Now you could change the flavor of this by adding a little bit of apple pie spice to it to make it more appley, or some cinnamon or something, but I'm just going to leave it plain. I'm going to just spread that right over. Now, if you really want it to go low points and everything, you don't have to use cream cheese. You could use a little bit of Greek yogurt, but I like cream cheese, and for 2 tablespoons, it's only 70 calories. So for me, it's really easy to fit in. Okay, then we are going to take our apples and just spoon those over the top. And now you can either eat it like this or make it a little bit more decadent, which of course that's what I'm choosing to do. Shocking, right? By adding either some syrup to it Or what else would be absolutely delicious would be some caramel. But I'm just going to add just a teaspoon of pure maple syrup. Right over the top. And there it is, our cream apple pie French toast. I'm gonna go enjoy this while it's nice and yummy warm. Okay, friends, I am dressed in nice comfy clothes. I had to run out and grab my new phone, so I did that. Came right home feeling so much better, so much better. The coughing has pretty much completely stopped. Until now, because I got something stuck in my throat. I am hungry because I had a very high carb, no protein breakfast. It was delicious, don't get me wrong, but it does not hold up. So I am having a Cocoa Pop multigrain light cake. They're 0 points, and I'm having 2 teaspoons of almond butter on there. I'm not sure, I have to check the points on the almond butter. I want to say it's 2 points for 2 teaspoons. So I'm going to just sit and enjoy that, watching my Phillies. Nervous as can be, so I'll probably end up exercising because that's what I do. And then I'm going to get dinner started. Okay, dinner time. Dinner tonight, we have burgers, fries. These are 0 points for me because I have potatoes at 0 points, and these are just russet potatoes that I use my French fry cutter for. Throw in the air fryer, sprayed with a little avocado oil, and my homemade ketchup. And we also have some homemade applesauce there. I can't even eat. My stomach is in knots over this Phillies game. I am a nervous wreck. I cannot wait to get done dinner so I can go work out because you know I'm a stress exerciser. Okay, I always tell you folks, I am not a stress eater. I am a what? I am a stress exerciser. Can I tell you the workouts I have done this afternoon watching these guys? Oh my gosh. Doug was cracking up. He's cracking up because like I get up from the dinner table. I'm like, yep, I got to work out. I got to work out. And then I finished a workout and I'm like, I got to do another workout. My resting heart rate is generally somewhere around 56. My resting heart rate watching this game was, what did I say? It was 103?
Yeah.
It was 103. I have loved the Phillies since I was a little girl because my mom and dad love the Phillies. And it's why I pay ridiculous amounts of money for TV, just so I can get my Phillies, because we dropped Comcast. So, yeah. This girl is happy. This girl is beyond happy. I texted Andrew. He didn't text me back. He only lives like a mile or so from the stadium, so I am sure his neighborhood is going insane right now. I laughed because this morning they greased all the light poles and traffic poles all around the stadium and in South Philly because people climb the poles. So it is unbelievable. But I'm going to get back to my post-game show. I just needed to share my elation with you. Well, friends, that is it. This weekend is done and dusted. And just a couple things. Number one, the ketchup was really good. We really enjoyed it. Will I make it that way again? I don't know. I don't know if I'll use that mix again because there were some ingredients in there that I didn't love. But I really wanted to give ketchup a try, and that was actually the quickest way to do it. And actually one of the lower sugar ones. So, not sure I'll use that recipe again, but I may try making ketchup again on my own because we really did enjoy it. So, I have all these tomatoes still. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Which I have no problem with that because I definitely think I'm going to make some more soup and some more sauce. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. It's nice having them in the freezer because I can do them at my leisure. So that was one update. Second update, I am feeling much better. I have only had one more coughing fit. Felt good enough to do a workout during the game. So yeah, I feel much, much better. And I believe Doug's feeling, yes, he said he is better. What else? I guess that's it. So we are going to Not sure if you can hear that noise in the background. We're going to pop a bowl of popcorn and sit and watch the Yankees-Astros game, see what happens there, and probably get to bed pretty soon because we're kind of tired. Kind of a very relaxing weekend for us because, you know, we are always on the go. But pretty relaxing weekend. Next weekend, dare I say, I don't think we have much going on next weekend, do we? I don't think we do. I know Doug has to sing solo at church Saturday night, so we'll probably do that. I don't think there's a whole lot going on. Hoping that maybe we can get together with Andrew and Ann at some point next weekend. But he was really busy this weekend getting schoolwork done. Plus, they had a community party last night, a Halloween party. So, anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend it with me on my weekend. And if you haven't caught the Croctober collab, make sure you check that out. I'll link it in the iCards and also at the end. I won't put it in the iCards. I'll just put it right here at the end. But check that out. And make sure you visit all the other channels. There's some great recipes for you. And who knows what we're going to come up with in November and December. I think we're going to try to do several more collabs over the next several months. So we've all been really enjoying it. And from your comments, you guys have too. So we'll see. I did pass the baton and said somebody else needs to host November and December for me. So I think Roy took December and I'm looking for a November person. So it'll be a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm done. Thanks again. And I'm not sure when I'll see you. Hopefully for a full day of eating soon. Definitely want to try to do a couple cook with me's this week. So that's it. Have a great one, my friends.